Hey, Simon.
What? Who are you?
I'm Paul, man. Remember we did a podcast together?
What's a podcast? I don't know what's going on here.
Hey everybody and welcome to the Three Views on podcast for the first time in a very, very long time. I think it's fair to say. We got all three guys here. We got Simon.
Hey.
Simon the homeschooler.
Yes.
What? No.
And we got Paul
Yeah, Paul
and
the
Michael.
King. Michael the intern.
three. Well, we were originally the three uni students with not a clue.
The three bachelors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things have changed a bit.
a
Yeah.
lot.
Quite a lot.
Many things have happened.
I have a beard now.
Well done, man. Welcome to the club. We've
Thank
got
you.
old bald-faced Simon over
All
there.
2/3 of us have a bit.
Seriously uncool with your bald face.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Well, look, it's feeling very, very good to be back on the podcast, and we hope that if you found the podcast, that you're excited. And if this is the first episode you're ever listening to, you come in.
Then you shouldn't listen to any more.
No, this is a
the
very
first-
exciting time because you have a treasure trove of podcast episodes
That's true.
to dive through.
But at this point, stop, go back and listen because
sure.
there's so many in-jokes, so many
Yeah.
references.
So many.
We can't help ourselves.
That's
Today
right.
we're going to explore, I mean, given this relative boldness of Simon's face, how could he have how could he have a child biologically if he hasn't hit puberty yet? That's what I'm trying to understand, and we'll
Sure.
spend the next 30 minutes delving into that.
We're also going to be unpacking if Paul can dish out burns like that, how could he find a wife?
With great difficulty.
And we'll just be catching up, seeing what's been happening for us over the last...
You forgot the third topic.
What was that?
How can Michael Laws still be doing this? How can he still have time
Yeah, that's very,
to
very
record
true.
podcasts?
Look, all of that and more coming up in this episode. Just want to remind you, in case you've forgotten over the years, that we have a website, threeviewson.com. When was the last time you were there, Paul?
On most days. Here's my homepage.
Good. Yeah, fantastic. That's perfect. And Simon?
About a year.
About a year. Sure.
Haven't seen it.
I went on to our Patreon page
Oh, yeah?
the other day and had a quick look through
Okay.
the things. I saw that you were talking about doing a house tour for our special Patreon.
We videoed it.
I
Was
think
that
we
on
even did do a
someone's
house
phone?
tour.
Yeah, it's done.
I'm not a patron member, so I don't get these.
That's going to
these
get you.
updates.
Yep. No.
So how would I sign up to get a tour of your house?
Well, luckily, it's a pretty intuitive service, Michael, the old Patreon. So you go on there, you can click Become a Supporter. I'm not sure if that's the exact phraseology that they'd use on the website.
But if you know how to use a computer, you'll find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how much did it cost a supporter for the last 6 months to be a supporter of the podcast?
Nothing.
Big old goose egg, mate.
Nothing.
So,
That's
yeah.
it. Brilliant.
It was
Jump on.
$2 per episode, and there has been
Zero.
minus one episode.
And just a word to the wise, we're going to be talking up a big game as far as what you will get if you do support us. Let us just flag
definitely
the
for
fact
sure.
that we are going to overpromise and underdeliver on that big time.
every time since day dot.
Yeah.
Season 1, episode 2
Do not deliver.
didn't happen.
That's okay, though.
There were
Yeah.
so many times. Do you remember in those first episodes where we were like, all right, next episode we'll talk about this, or we will, post up a picture on Facebook of this or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do it for like 12 months until we
So right.
were bored enough to listen to that episode again.
Yeah,
think we-
crumbs.
We talked about having prizes as well
Yeah.
and competitions.
There were handwritten notes promised. There was all sorts of
Yep.
stuff. There were some handwritten notes sent,
Yeah.
signed copies of leaflets, all that jazz. Never happened. Yep.
One day.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
One day.
Let's get out of the past and into the future.
All right.
Very true. Well, fellas, look,
Out of the past into the more recent
Into the
past.
Into the present is what I meant to
into
say.
the present to talk about the more close past.
Recent
If we're
past.
going into the
Recent
future,
past.
what are we going to talk about?
Well, I'm a bit sad because the podcast has kind of both strengthened and ruined our friendship because I feel I can never actually catch up with you guys.
That is true.
Unless there's a microphone in front of me.
Indeed.
Definitely.
Indeed.
So I want to hear what's been going on for the last 6 to 12 months in your lives. What's new? What's exciting? What's terrible? All of the above.
Oh, right. Well, that's sufficiently broad enough to really talk about anything. So how about I give you a couple of bullet points, fellas?
For you,
Because, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll give them for Simon, actually, and he can give them for me. So,
Sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Simon's been having bad migraines recently, brought on by the nagging of his wife. So it's not going well for Simon. They're into the report. Anyway, no, sorry, I should talk
That's
about
not true.
me.
No.
Where, as you know, we have a church in our house. That's
Yes,
going.
I've heard.
It's going wonderfully. We started off with 4 of us, maybe 6 months ago.
Yes.
I think 2 weeks ago there were 15 of us in this very room that
That's a
we're
lot of people for
Yeah.
this room.
recording podcast. It is a lot of people, man. You were almost never not touching someone. So that is
Wonderful.
It was packed. And we didn't have to even turn a heater on, just given the
Mate.
amount of
Oh, yeah.
Just the sweat warmth.
yeah.
Yeah.
You were all half naked.
yeah. And after about
Stripping
2
off the
minutes, all
clothes.
the air had already been breathed. So we were just recycling.
Yes.
Humidification.
That is going well.
Yeah.
Where if you're a Christian and you know anything about the Bible, we're in the book of Philippians for the next
Fantastic.
8 weeks. We've just done 2 weeks. We'll be doing the next 8 weeks in that book. We're continuing stuff in the community, so that's going well. LB is starting a TAFE course.
Cool.
To
Nice.
become a draftsperson.
Oh, that's cool.
Person,
What's that?
yes.
Does she make like drafts?
She
And then
does.
Someone else
And that-
She
makes them
just has a
final.
newspaper and just kind of blows at people's lower legs while they're under the desk.
Blows it, yeah.
Oh, what's that draft? Come someone close the door.
Yeah. Yes.
Turns out that's LB every time.
Every single
With a little
time.
newspaper.
There's a TAFE course for that. No, yes. So she will be like, as a draftsperson is to an architect, really what a nurse is to a doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
They do the work.
They do the grunt work
That
and
sounds
receive
alright.
none of the glory.
Yes.
So-
Except by the architects because they really appreciate it.
Theoretically.
Mostly.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I think we're more talking about doctors and nurses
Yeah.
now. But
Given that you guys are doctors, a doctor and a nurse. And what the podcast listeners should be doing is interceding to God for my marriage. As I was telling Simon, it's a frustrating thing because I work shift work, and I'm sure we'll cover that off. We all do now.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that means my weekend is Tuesday and Wednesday, and LB will be at TAFE like 9 till 5, Monday till Friday.
Ooh.
So we will have no days off.
Yes.
yeah.
Which is going to be a pig of a time for the next 18 months.
And
18
being
months.
and being shift work, those days that LB has off, but you're working. Do you work like into the night as well? Because I know you do pretty long shifts.
Very often.
So it's not like you work a
Overnighters,
day,
yeah.
you come home and you've got the nights of the weekend.
Yeah.
You've got nothing.
You just have no time
Got
together.
Yeah, big old donut.
She's that wife that you have on paper. that you never
Exactly.
see.
Very much theoretical many days of the week, but which
Oh.
is sad, but again, we'll adapt and survive, I'm sure.
For sure.
Simo.
Alrighty. Well, Hazel, my little girl, she's going great. She turns 1 on Friday,
Oh,
which
boy.
is
That went by
so crazy.
Wow.
It's just so weird seeing, because, you know, you still think of her as a baby because she's 1 and she
Little
can't
bundle.
talk and she can barely walk. But then you see a 1-day-old, like I saw at church yesterday,
Yeah, wow.
and it's just crazy. Like, she is so interactive. She like has some words that she says for a few things. Like, her favorite thing is bananas, and
Yeah.
she will just
Ooh.
go na 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 na
Oh,
na.
wow.
Like, give me a banana.
Wow.
I can see a banana. Give it to me. What else does she do? She's as I said, she's pretty much walking. Very
Jeez.
close to just being able to walk for as long as she likes.
Can I actually
Yeah.
interject at this point? I've actually received multiple compliments for you from other people about the way that you actually integrate Hazel into your life. Because there are people around who basically it's this weird hierarchy where the baby starts calling the shots from day dot.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I've heard,
I can understand that.
I've heard multiple great reports about Simon and Lucinda that they don't do that. They're pretty flexible. They're not immediately caving into
Hazel is on the bottom of the food chain. If they're hungry, they get fed first.
They eat Hazel.
Hazel, yeah, she's in the back cupboard out of the way.
Harry Potter situation under the stairs. Basically we did that from day one.
Yeah.
Sort of like after seeing other people who like have children and you never see them again. Like, we had so many friends that hadn't had kids yet. We didn't want to give away all our friends.
Yeah.
Like, never see them again. Like you guys, we would never see
For
you
sure.
if we'd never done anything with Hazel. So what some interesting things we did when Hazel was 2 weeks old, we went to church camp.
That's hectic.
Shared a bunk room.
You mad dog.
All these other people didn't sleep. We were so
it's probably
tired.
fine for you, but
We were so tired we slept. But like, my brother-in-law Thomas was in the room, and he says he could not sleep because of the little noises she made.
Oh, really?
And
Wow.
he just did not sleep for like 2.5 days.
Is that where you look him in the eyes and say, mate, that was a good night. She didn't cry once.
Yeah.
That was just gurgling.
Yeah. Oh,
You
we
just
were
wait.
fast asleep. Also, when she was, I think, 6 or 8 weeks old, we went to Sydney for our first meet up with the Crossview guys, the
Yeah,
mission
wow.
people. And they were, we just thought, like, this is normal. You know, we're functioning as humans doing what we want to do. And everyone else was just like, what are you guys, man? You've come from, you've got a new baby? Like, this is amazing. We're like, it's so,
That was
whatever.
very cool.
And it still happens. I mean, people still go, wow, you've got a baby and you're doing this. I'm like, nah, it's kind of just what we do.
I've got a question for you.
It doesn't feel special is basically the point of...
Doesn't feel special.
No, it doesn't feel like we're doing anything weird or extreme.
Not many are able to do it as well as you. So congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
Done
Yeah.
well.
Thank you.
Question for you.
Yeah.
What is your least favourite thing about Hazel?
Probably the time she wakes up in the morning because on days off...
Yes.
Oh, it's not bad. It's nothing like anyone else. I mean,
Yeah.
she's a good baby. That's half the reason we're able to do all these other things
sure.
is because she's a great baby. She's been a great sleeper forever. She
Nice.
wakes up at like, I don't know, 7:15, 7:45. And on a day off when I've done a late shift or a night shift, I just want to sleep in. You can't. She
Yeah.
just cries until you get her up.
Oh, man.
Fair enough.
That's probably my least favourite thing.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And what about you, my friend?
Well, you know the saga that has been half of the podcast, or all of the podcast.
Yeah.
That has been half of my degree.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I finally come to an end.
You beauty.
You legend.
So all my friends who have graduated, moved on, working, becoming bosses,
Yeah.
Yeah.
owning companies, making the big bucks, buying
Yeah.
houses, all of that. I'm finally there. So I've started as a doctor.
Good,
Very nice.
man.
Dr.
And you're
Laws.
looking the piece, man.
Thank you. I came straight from work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
What ward are you working?
It's an acute medical unit.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So
Nice.
we see patients who are hopefully in hospital for a couple of days.
And mostly very old.
Not really, actually.
Really?
So yeah, ours is kind of a step down from the ICU patient. So
Yes, it's the AMU rather than the ICU.
Spot
Yes,
on,
of course. Yeah.
So if you got someone who's a bit sick,
Very good,
needs
Paul.
treatment sort of right now because they're unwell, but they're probably going to get better in the next couple of days. Or they need some fine tuning before going back up to the ward.
Yeah.
That's what we're there for.
Oh, so is that like HTU at the Royal?
Probably.
Yeah, because we don't have an AMU.
Yeah. No one else knows when I say AMU what that means.
Yeah.
So I have to explain. Yeah.
Yeah,
acute
okay,
medical.
cool. It just sounds
So
like
we
a
do a
medical
lot of
ward.
antibiotics and special ventilation and all that kind of
A lot
thing.
of mech calls.
Yes, I'm on the
Yeah.
medical team.
Those
so
med calls, dude.
Medical
to all of them.
emergency.
Am I
team.
right?
Actually,
Am I right?
no,
Am I
no,
right?
that's a
I've
code
not
blue.
done that yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
that's not me.
Okay.
They would not want to call me for that. I would be thoroughly under-equipped.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we go for ones where someone's slightly not well. about
Great fun.
needing
Is
some
that
more
your first? Is that
It
your
is,
first one?
yeah. First rotation and loving
Loving it, yeah.
Shift work
In the deep end.
as we're in. Yes. So
You've been doing shift work for like the last year and a half, though, haven't you? Or did you not do
sort of.
night shifts?
We did some night shifts as a student,
But not as
too
many as you
no.
do now.
Yeah, well, now I'm on definite shift work rotation. So I do 3
Yeah.
mornings, a couple of days off, 3
Nice.
afternoons, some days off, and then a block of 3 nights.
Let's do a whole episode on shift work because I would just love to hear you guys. If nothing else, you've been doing it longer than me. Love to hear what you guys have to say on shift work.
Yeah. It's
Sure, I
good,
have
good.
very few insights, but sure.
Yeah, but there's like coping mechanisms, ways to sleep
I got a
after
couple of
night shift,
things.
that kind of thing.
Yes.
That I would like
Things
to
to
run by
do
you
on the night
guys.
shift. Yeah, sounds great. Love it.
Awesome.
Sounds good. All right. So that's kind of what's been happening for the last little bit for us.
Yeah.
I got one question for each of us to answer.
Yeah.
Let's make it 2. 2 questions for each of us to answer. All right. And then we'll wrap this up, send
All
it
right.
home, jump into the next episode whenever we release it next.
First question: what gives you the right?
I'm the one who calls the shots. That's just how it is.
Second question: how dare you?
Paul, I listened to the last episode you did without me.
Yes.
And if there was a straight path through the podcast,
Yeah.
you were never on it.
Fair call. Yep.
So just bring you some direction and some clarity.
Thank you, brother.
But that's my role.
Much needed.
In the same way that you need to cut down Simon for his homeschooling background. That's just how it is.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's
There was
what
no
I'm here to
homeschooling
do.
background.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's all right. It's all right.
That's
I just
we
have to
understand.
deal with Paul and
Precisely-
Michael's amnesia.
Yeah, Simon,
precisely-
it's all right. We understand that you're ashamed of the homeschool background. We support you. I mean, it's hard having to go to school in your pajamas. I mean, that's tough.
Yep.
Far out.
Getting guest lectures from your old Uncle Ken.
Look, having lunch.
You have no idea how hard it is, listeners, to do a podcast with Michael over commitment laws and Paul Matthews, the finicky, never wants to do anything, under commitment, over promise.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Never does what he says he's going to do.
It's a unique blend, that one.
It's a great blend.
It's hard. It's harder.
That's why the podcast works.
Indeed.
Because we balance.
We're all so far off that we come back at sort of homeostasis.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, my 2 questions.
Yeah.
Best part of the last year. 2017. I mean, we're kind of beyond the New Year reflection time, but I think it's the closest we're going to get. Best part of 2017.
Can I go first?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Learning to play the synth, like virtual instruments,
yeah.
buying a keyboard, getting a better Mac that can actually handle that kind of thing. It's been great fun because I was never really good at instruments at all.
Mm.
I never did proper keyboard stuff. So I just spent some time, learned some chords from the website, kind of practiced a few songs to kind of get the gist of, what chords go together, that kind of thing. Because, guitars are kind of abstract. It's just like a finger pattern, whereas the keyboard is slightly different in my brain. I have no idea if it's the same in anyone else's. But that's been awesome fun, like listening to songs and like, oh, that epic keyboard part, like making that sound and doing this thing and just making all the songs at church like 1,000 times better.
A synth does that a lot.
Oh, so cool.
It's very surprising.
Very cool.
Do you have a synth at your church, Paul?
We have our music team is made up of an 80-year-old man called Carl, and he plays a 6-string nylon acoustic guitar.
I want to meet Carl.
Very
He sounds
nice.
like an
Carl
absolute
is
legend
great.
of a dude.
I've learned so much from Carl, and probably that ties in with what my favourite part of the year. I couldn't nail it down to one time, but there have been weeks where we're doing the church stuff, we're meeting people in Glenorchy, we're reaching out in different ways, and you're able to, your head hits the pillow at the end of the day and you're like, I'm doing it. If Christ returned tomorrow, I'm not upset about what I did today.
Awesome.
And that is, let me dare to say, better than sex. That is the best feeling you can have, I think. It's saying, I would not change a thing about that day, given the chance.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
There is no greater feeling. And I don't get it all the time. There are plenty of times where I'm like, I could have talked to that guy, or I should have done this, or I should have done that. And part of that is just learning what's realistic and a sort of a rational expectation. But let me tell you, fellas, it's I'm sure you guys have had it too. I'm sure you've had that feeling, and you're just living in the way you're designed to live.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Very, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, highlight of my 2017.
Yeah.
Give it to us.
I made a computer game.
Wow.
But
okay.
that is a story for a whole nother episode.
Really?
Guys, keep living the dream. It's been real.